up? This is Vanessa from Double XL. I've got Shaheem, and we have Stefflon Don for our special episode of Moments of Clarity. Welcome, welcome, everyone.
Hey.
Everyone, also
Yeah.
we are. Stefflon, okay, so where are you? Because I'm in New York and it's 10 a.m. and I don't have that outfit on.
I'm in London actually, and it's about what time is it? 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock. I was trying to figure it out without Googling it, but I got it wrong. I got it wrong. So tell us what's going on in London. What are you doing there? I mean, you live there, of course, but what are you doing there today?
So I just dropped my new single yesterday called "Can't Let You Go." So today we're doing a lot of radio runs. Of course, it's totally different because of COVID. It's all on the laptop. It's not really physically being anywhere in person. So yeah.
So you literally do everything from the room you're in type of thing, or from one room, there's no actual run, there's no moving.
There is no moving, no.
Interesting. I can't
Wow.
imagine, I mean, we do everything around you guys. For us, we're doing whatever you guys do and following you, and you guys not moving means we don't move. So it's been bizarre.
Yeah. So you guys haven't been doing face-to-face stuff either.
No,
We
no,
did
everything.
face to face. We did freshman this year face to face. Everything else has not been. Go ahead, Shah.
Now I was gonna say the only city that's really open like that right now is Atlanta. Um, all of Florida is really open big time like that. Or I could say all of Georgia is really open, but yeah, New York, LA, mostly everything is this.
Look, we're shut down in New York. We haven't been to the office since March. Uh,
Wow.
I don't think we're going back anytime soon. I'd say the city's at a half, 3/4 of what it normally is, but you're going out and it's a different world. The only thing you do is go to meals. Because there's
And Atlanta is just, I see them turning up. I'm like, oh my God.
got freshmen in Atlanta, so yes, that was what we did in person.
So
We
that's
were
how you
COVID conscious, but yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta is like the only city that's not shut down, and I have no idea why, but crazy.
Throw caution to the wind over there in Atlanta, but in New York and LA are different worlds right now. You're really continuing to quarantine like crazy. How was the quarantine for you? What it was? I have no idea what was it like in England.
It's the same thing. So it's like at the beginning, it was like you couldn't go out unless you had like a valid reason, like which is crazy. I mean, every time you go out, it's the valid reason, whatever that reason is. But yeah, you couldn't go out, you'll be fined. And obviously now they lifted that in the last two months, I'll say. And it's like a curfew of 10 o'clock. So all the restaurants close at 10.
So people literally check you like when you leave in your house. There's
You
people.
have people, yes, there's apparently this app that you could download, which it helps to tell you when you've been in contact with anyone who's
Right.
got the coronavirus. So if you have this app and they could detect that you've been in contact with somebody with the virus, they tell you to stay at home. And if you do not stay at home, you would be charged a fine. So basically, if you leave your house, they could detect it. So they literally trace you through your phone.
Is that okay? So here's some real stupid shit. Is that we have states? Is that through the federal government for you, or is that based on an area that you live in that controls that? Because we get our fines, I think, through New York City, like the governor of New York.
Right.
Yeah.
And
so we have, obviously, England is not as big as America, so we don't have states. What we do have is like cities. So we have a lot of cities inside of England, and most of it does apply to the whole of England. Sometimes they do dissect it and have like certain cities, and then certain parts of the country won't be following those guidelines, but predominantly it kind of goes for everyone out here in England.
I have no idea how it works, like zip codes. Do you have zip codes?
We have something called postcodes, but it's the same as zip codes, yeah.
And it's based on where you live. This is Stefflon breaks down England for everybody. No. All right. So tell us about the new song. Tell us about the new song. You put it out yesterday. Were you happy with the response so far? What was the first call you got?
I'm totally happy. You know what? I was very nervous because in this song, I'm actually speaking a bit of Yoruba, which is it's like a Nigerian language, like one of their languages. Obviously, they have like over 500 languages in Nigeria, actually. But this is one of the key ones that they speak in Lagos. This is what actually it's the musical language. So when you hear a Nigerian sing in their language, majority of the time it's the Yoruba language. And it's like singing in America, it's like singing English, for example, but most people use the American accent, right? So it's
Right.
like that. Yoruba is like the musical language in Nigeria. So I'm speaking a bit of Yoruba in there, like a whole different situation. And you already know how online is when you start doing certain things or certain different things. People might be like, "Nah, why are you trying to?" Da, 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 da. So I thought, okay, cool. It might be a situation where a couple people are gonna say some shit like, "Nah, why are you trying to be, I don't know, Nigerian or whatever?" But the love has been crazy. I expected like it to be a balance, but to be fair, the love is just 20 times more than anything I was expecting. So yeah.
So you were prepared for possible some backlash.
I was prepared and I was like, oh my God, we're already dealing with lockdown. I can't be bothered to be warring with people online. I was like, I'm tired. It's not like I could get up and take a flight and be like, oh, fuck these people, man. I'm busy. I'm doing my shit. Like, I'm not really that busy. I'm just in one place over the phone. So it's like, if they was to talk some shit, I will be seeing everything. So that's the only thing I was thinking, like, oh my gosh, normally I don't give a shit. But you know what I'm saying? With this situation.
So where did you learn it?
Actually, so the producer of the record, he's Nigerian, and his parents speak Yoruba, and I was actually freestyling to the beat at the start, and then he said to me, "You said something that sounds like you're speaking Yoruba." So I was like, "Nah, I don't know how to speak Yoruba." He's like, "How would you feel if we like put some of that in a track?" Because he's a writer as well, and I was like, "Cool, let's do it." And we ended up doing it. And then there was a lot more Yoruba in the beginning than now. We kind of stripped it back and made a lot of it more English because I actually played it to Burner. And there was a lot of things he was like, okay, you guys are not saying this right. This part is not correct. This part is not. So I was like, okay, let me strip it back and keep it, you know what I'm saying? And then just add a little bit. So that's what we've done.
How much have you been recording like these past few months since the pandemic hit?
I've been recording a lot. I'm actually building a home studio, but it's not ready yet. So what I've been doing is I've been getting my producers to come over to the house, and we literally been setting up in like one of my rooms, which is the office room, is the smallest room in the house, and it's very compact. So I've been recording in there. So before Corona came, I was actually in LA a lot, and I was working on my project. So I ended up having to finish the project mainly in my house, which was cool.
Yeah.
I do, right?
Well, it's way more intimate. You know, you got to travel less. You
Yeah, I
definitely
feel like it gave me more time to kind of know and maybe understand exactly what I want to do, or exactly like with there's no distraction. So it's like I had more time to just sit in one place and like keep making music and see how it makes me feel.
Yeah. Did it hamper you from working with all of the American artists that you may have wanted to work with, or American producers that you wanted to work with?
Maybe the American producers, but not really the American artists, because you know how it goes. Even before the pandemic, most features are done by sending it back anyway.
Right.
So I have Jeremiah on the project, and I actually done that song while I was in LA just before everything happened. So he's still on there, and anybody else that I wanted to be on there, we just sent the song, so it was cool.
Yeah, incredible. What about like as far as like your songwriting? Was you inspired by not really the pandemic, but maybe like this all of this unrest and the political climate that we're in? I know that you're very pro woman, and you know you definitely rep hard for the females as well. You know, some of the stuff that's going on with the need to protect women, especially Black women, has that inspired your writing?
Yeah, it's actually inspired most of the freestyles that I've been writing that are not out, like just some bars. I've been putting on instrumentals, writing a lot of bars. So most of my rap shit that I've been writing has been a bit more like about the topics, a bit more about the topics that's happening today, and not so much about just, you know what I'm saying, the usual shit that
Right.
girls and guys be rapping about. So yeah, it's definitely inspired me. But yeah. I'm not gonna go all the way Martin Luther King or anything. Do you know what I'm saying? But I think is very is good to put messages in music, because you know music is the most influential thing that you can actually have. An artist have the most influence on everything right now. I do think it's good when people put messages in certain songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, it's incredible. Like even with the protests that were going on in the wake of George Floyd and for Breonna Taylor, like it was just incredible for me to see that, start with the protests over here in the States, and then just people worldwide, over in England and you
Mhm.
know. Um, Africa, just all different parts of the world, people were just coming together to protest just like all of this racial injustice that was injustice, I should say, that was going on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
How much does the election in the United States resonate over there for you, interest you in general, interest people over around you? I mean, that's, for here, that's all we have going on 24/7. And there's a lot, it influences hip hop a lot because they want hip hop's vote. They want hip hop to be responsive to it. We just put out like a Joe and Kamala hip hop battle rap ad video that they put out with us. How much does that start to resonate with you guys over there or connect with you in hip hop?
It's different over here because we don't have those type of things here. We don't have presidents. We just have prime ministers, and it's totally different. But for me, in general, I definitely resonate with it. I like to. I mean, sometimes I have a hit input, and people be like, "You're not American. You're not American." It's like I don't need to be American. I'm a human being. You know what I mean? For one, and number two, I work a lot in America, so whatever
Right.
affects Americans will affect me from being there and working there anyway. So yeah, yeah, man. I think it's a crazy time right now. I feel like, in general, I think it's all weird when you have to vote to see who's gonna do the best thing. It kind of should never be a vote. I think the people that should be in place should be doing the best. Period. Like it
Right.
should never be pick this one or pick that one. And I never agree with those things. I feel like that's all political and it's not really. It's never. Nobody's really ever for the people. And I feel like if you are, you wouldn't be in that position. And if you are in that position, you wouldn't hold that position for very long, as we've seen in the past.
Right. Right.
One that's really for the people would not be in those positions for too long.
Yeah, I mean, and a lot of times the people that get voted in is a popularity contest. It's not who's the best.
I mean,
That's
what,
got it.
what boggles me is, I mean, these things have been going on for years and years before I was even born. So when I see people fighting about who should win, it kind of makes me feel like, when have you ever had anybody that won the election that actually really made a real change? Not, oh, they lower taxes here a little bit, or oh, they gave a little bit of free healthcare here, or they no, when has someone made a real change, like as in everything, like everything for the people?
Right.
Like that doesn't happen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's really too intricate because you deal with it, and for president you try to make some type of changes, then you get other branches of the Congress, and people trying to block you, and yeah, it's tough because a lot of people just have their own agendas. It's just their own
I mean,
agenda.
it's bigger than what it's bigger than what I think meets the eye. And it's also not just people having their own agendas. It's just what it is. It's just how the system is built. It's just how they want
It
it to
feels
go.
broken though, kind of. I mean, you can't fix any. When you ask that question, it says, "Well, what has been fixed, right? Like, what has been drastically changed? What has been drastically overhauled?" And then it kind of feels a bit broken when you look at it that way, right?
I mean, I don't think it's broken. I think it's exactly how they want it to
How
be.
they want it to be.
Exactly. I don't think it was never broken. I feel like it's been like this for decades, like where they want it to go however they want it to go, and they put certain people at the forefront who you think is running shit, but they're not running anything. Do you know what I mean? So it's really it's a real deep situation, and I feel like if you really looked into it and really did research and really gained knowledge on all this shit, you would know that most of it doesn't make any sense. And I feel like, I don't know, I just feel like when everyone's like, vote for this person, vote for that, to me, most of them are all the same, just in a different way. One will portray it more that they're, do you know what I'm saying? And the other one will portray it in a different light. And one might do this that's a bit better, but then he's gonna do some next shit that's, you know what I'm saying? It's like you can't really win, because no one is really for the people. None of these people come from where I come from. They don't understand what it even feels like, you know what I'm saying, to not have certain things in place for you. They would never even feel it. They don't even know what hungry feels like. They don't even know what it feels like to run out of electricity. They don't know what it's like to not have clean water. They don't know what it's, you know what I'm saying? So these people that are coming talking about we're gonna help you and save you, they've never had to walk that life, so they would never understand, and they actually don't even care. You know what I mean? As much as they say they do, like, you know what I'm saying? These people, I think with everything going on, all this money in the world, if everything should be how it should be, it could easily be done. But there's reasons why certain places are third world countries and certain places are first world countries. These things have been put in place for a reason. And if you change that, then there's a lot of things that needs to be changed behind it. So it's not just as simple as it seems. For example, in Jamaica, they have 6 hospitals. You're not allowed to build another one. You're just not allowed to.
Wow.
There's certain roads in Nigeria. I remember someone speaking about this that's close to me, saying that they wanted to fix a road, and every year they get a contract to do it, but they're just not allowed to do it. Mm-hmm. So when you hear things like this, when you hear you're not allowed to build an extra school, you're not allowed to build an extra hospital, that then goes to show that there's a lot more that we don't know that's going on behind the scenes. And it's not about who you're voting for. That's never going to be making the right change, because even those people that you are voting for have to abide by certain rules and have to follow certain principles. They don't make the ultimate decision like we think they do. They actually don't. So yeah, it's deeper than what meets the eye.
Right.
Incredible. I'm moving to Wakanda.
Wakanda. Where's that?
Yeah, I gotta get over there. Big time. Big time. So you got the new single coming out. When is like the entire project coming?
So yeah, the single dropped yesterday. The project, we're working on it. We definitely want to drop it this year. So we don't have an exact date, but I hope I could drop it definitely November times.
Okay,
cool. What determines that? You're not done, the label. What determines when it's going to come out for you?
There's kind of is a lot of things. It's like it's like timing. It's like you know what I'm saying, are you ready to like put out some shit right now on at this time? And I have so many songs and it's hard to narrow it down to a certain amount. And it's like I always feel different. I'm be like, no, I want this. No, I don't want this. No, I don't want this. So we're kind of at that moment. And I think now we're at the moment where I have to hand it in like in a couple of days. And it's like, I don't know if this is what I want to be the track list, but I feel like I've got an idea now. So I feel like I know what I want, and it should be handed in next week. So
who helps you with that? Do you have a committee of people that help you narrow songs down, or do you just block everybody out and just do it yourself?
For the most part, I do it myself, and then obviously the team hears the songs, and then they might have their input after the fact of what I say I want. But yeah, so that's how it works. It's pretty much me, and then the team would hear it, and then they pretty much like everything I decided to do. So
yeah, it's tough, you know, when you have that work ethic and you have like trying to cut down like, you know, 50 songs into just 20, and
then the problem is I'm making more songs, so I'm in the studio a lot. So I keep making. That's the problem as well. So I keep making songs. I'm like, no, this one needs to be on there. And they're like, Steph, come on, this is good. What we have is good. But you know, when you have certain songs and you've been living with them for months or for even years, some of the songs, and it's like, okay, I'm tired of that song. So sometimes you yourself as an artist, you forget how good a song is
Right.
or how valuable a song is because you've heard it so much and for so long. So to you, it's so old, you kind of want to add some new shit. So I think that's another thing we're going through where the team is like, no, this song is sick. And I'm like, this song is really old. Like, I don't know. But yeah.
It's old to you.
It's old to me, exactly. So I would
How often have we seen rappers and artists and artists put out a song that's old to them, and it's like, this is 2 or 3 years old. It's new to us. It blows up. It puts it on the map. You know.
Exactly.
Definitely.
Will you ever go to?
Go ahead, Shah, because Stefflon's got to go for radio soon.
Oh yeah, no doubt. I was just gonna say, will you ever do the Chris Brown route? You know, Brown be putting out like 30 songs at one time.
Really though, right?
I don't know. I feel like he's at a totally different level to me where I think it's okay to do that. But so I think for his fans and for what he's doing, it really works. But I would not put out 30 songs right now. First of all, everyone's attention span is like of 2 seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
So 30 songs is a bit mad. But yeah, for him, if that works. But I feel like that is kind of every artist's dream, to be able to put out most of the songs you make. Because sometimes you just sit there on a computer and it's like, I need to get them out. Like, you just want to get them out. It's almost like, you know, when you have so much pictures in your archive and it's just too much and it's like,
yeah,
a mess. So you just want the people to hear it. So, I mean, good for him to do that because he's getting rid of a lot of shit just sitting on the computer. A lot of good shit sitting on the computer.
Yeah.
Stefflon, thank you for catching up with us, letting us know what you got going on. Keep us in the loop on the project, and good luck with everything. We look forward to seeing you this way.
Appreciate you. Hope you're good. Hope you lot are safe and good. I know these times are crazy.
We are. This is life. It's Zoom right now. Who knew? I mean, it'll be interesting to see how this changes things for all of us when things go back to normal, because, you know, we've all adjusted to being able to do so much more on camera. It's amazing, you know?
Yeah.
On the computer.
I know.
But thank you. Take care, and we will check in on you soon.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.